Let us begin with the disturbing case reported in Juba. According to this report, police in South Sudanese capital have arrested 8 suspects during an operation against criminal activities. Among those arrested are 3 women who police accuse of being involved in the trafficking and sale of a child. According to the police, the child was allegedly taken from the Jebel residential area. Investigators say the main suspect worked together with 2 women at Konjo market. The police allege that the child was moved from the Jebel area and later sold to another woman in Gumbo within Juba. The reported amount involved was 3.5 million South Sudanese pounds. Police have not publicly given the age of the child. That is an important point because investigations are still continuing. At this stage, the allegations are being investigated by the authorities, and the suspects have not been convicted by a court. The arrest came as police increased their effort to deal with criminal activities in different parts of Juba. The Criminal Investigation Department, commonly known as the CID, carried out the arrest after receiving information from sources. This shows how important information from the public can be in helping police investigate serious crimes, but the case has also raised wide concern. When people hear that a child could allegedly be taken from one part of the city and moved to another place for money, many parents and guardians naturally become worried. Children depend on adults for protection. They may not understand danger. They may also trust people who appear friendly. That is why police and community leaders often tell parents and guardians to know where their children are and who they are spending time with. Central Equatorial State Police Commissioner and Assistant Inspector General Lieutenant General Martin Elias Asen spoke about the arrest. He praised the CID officer for their work. According to the police account, the main suspect allegedly worked with 2 women at Konjo market. The police say the child was brought there before being sold to another woman in Gumbo. The reported price was 3.5 million South Sudanese pounds. Police say they are continuing their investigation to understand why the crime happened and who else may have been involved. That last part is important. An investigation does not end simply because arrests have been made. Police may need to determine how the child was taken. They may need to find out how the suspect knew each other. They may need to establish whether other people were involved. And most importantly, authorities need to make sure the child receives protection. The case also raises questions about how criminals can move children from one area to another without being noticed. Juba is a growing city. People move around the capital every day for work, business, education, and other reasons. With such movement, police and community face the challenge of identifying criminal activities early. This is why cooperation between communities and security agencies can be important. Why this case matter? This case is not only about 8 arrests, it is also about the safety of children in South Sudan. A child should never become a source of profit. Children are not property. They cannot be bought and sold like goods in a market. When a child disappears, the family can experience fear, confusion, and deep emotional pain. The wider community can also feel unsafe. For that reason, Case involving child trafficking require serious investigation. According to the police, South Sudan Penal Code Act of 2008 provide punishment for kidnapping. Police refer it to Section 269, which provide for imprisonment of up to 7 years, a fine, or both depending on the case and the court decision. But beyond punishment, prevention is also important. Parents need to remain alert. Community need to report suspicious activity. Market and transport areas need strong awareness. And law enforcement agencies need the resources and capacity to investigate cases properly. The police commissioner has urged parents and guardians to pay close attention to their children movement. That message is especially important in busy urban areas. Parents know where their children are going. They should know where the children are going. They should know who is responsible for them when they are away from home. They should teach children basic safety. Children should understand that they should not live with a stranger without permission from a trusted adult. At the same time, responsibility should not be placed only on parents. Protecting children is a community responsibility. Neighbor, teachers, relatives, religious leaders, transport workers, market traders, and security officers all have a role. If someone sees something suspicious involving a child, reporting it can help authorities act before the situation becomes worse. Well, now let's move from a criminal case in Juba to a much bigger national issues. This time, the discussion is taking place at the United Nations, and the issue is language. It may sound like a smaller matter, but in a country experiencing conflict and political tension, the word used in official report can have serious consequences. South Sudan Deputy Permanent Representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Sabino Nyawela Amakwe, has asked the United Nations to use more precise language when describing organized army group. He specifically objected to the use of the term armed use in situations where, according to the government, the available evidence point to organized army group. So why does this matter? Let's explain. Ambassador Amakwe raised the issue during United Nations Security Council briefing on South Sudan. His argument is straightforward. He said that if an army group is organized and there is credible evidence showing its structure and activities, international report should describe it accurately. Let me on the next report, please.